All right, let's get this going. And right now, people are walking outside, so good morning, Cyril. Welcome. That's no good. Still no good. I think that's good. How do we look? How's it looking and sounding out there? Is it good? I hope it's good. All right, let's get this party started. I'll just check I'm live on everything. That looks good. We've got the chat up. All right, good morning everyone. We're now live on TikTok, YouTube and Twitch. And what a morning it has been. Incredibly tired, but we are ready to get into it. Now, yesterday we did have a good puzzle run. Not a great one, but a good one. And we had a very good game. Unfortunately, I was losing, but then we got the win. So that's good too. So everything's feeling good. Speaking of good, we got something new. We've got a new Discord community channel. And I don't want to say it's popular because I can't. But it is brand new, made it yesterday. So feel free to jump in there. That will be a place for people to sort of hang out, but also you can submit games in there that we can review. You can link up with other people at your own level to play. And I will be active in there as well. And there'll be some posts on some important stuff coming up in the future that I'm not allowed to say on the platforms, but I can say on the Discord. So if you want to join that, feel free. The link for that is at wiggy.com. Head over there. There should be a little, let me just double check that it's up. There's a little link over there that you can click and you will be able to get to the channel. So it's this little link here on the main page of wiggy.com. So that's exciting and I'm looking forward to playing around with that a little bit more. It is something that's very new to me as well. So bear with me if anything looks a bit strange on there. But that one should be fun. And speaking of fun, let's get into some puzzles. How did I go in the August weekender? I did as well as I should have done. I guess it's the fair comment. You should have said hello if you saw me there. I did as well as I should have done. I started middle of the field and I finished middle of the field. I lost to a 2000, a 1980 and an 1870. And I won against a few lower rated players than myself and one higher rated player. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how all the games went, except for maybe the last one. The last one, I did have a silly little blunder in the opening. But coming from round 5 where I beat a higher rated player, I was feeling pretty overconfident. How did you go in the weekender? What do we got? So we're going to do some puzzles. And let's just connect the board. Yeah, that was my first tournament back. So considering it was my first tournament back, I felt pretty good about how I played. Almost every game was a struggle, including the lower rated player. In fact, the lower rated player was probably my most difficult win. DH Germany, nice to see you too. You just missed my intro. Let me just put this up on screen for you if this is something you're interested in while I fix up something on my computer. There we go, there we go. So new Discord community. The board is so expensive. Yes and no, yes and no. It depends how you look at it. Depends how you look at it. It is a premium product, that is correct. But I think it's decent value. Now, in traditional fashion, I'm not going to do the early puzzles over the board. I will complete them. But DH Germany, how are you? I didn't see you yesterday. Had me nervous that I forgot to turn the YouTube on. What do we got over here? We got a message from someone. Looks like a free piece. Free piece. This looks like something good here. And the goal here is just to race the board and see if I can solve the puzzles before the board sets up. And if the board sets up, then that's a clue that I'm taking a little bit too long to solve these puzzles. Take. And we gotta have something here, right? Alright, what else have we got? We got a fork here. Is that it? Is that the fork? The only downside about doing these too quick Oh, they have to be renewed every now and then, do they? That's a good tip. Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm very new to Discord, but I bit the bullet yesterday and I went and made a server. I've never done it before. It took a little bit of time because I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing unsafe about it. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be in a safe environment where everything is enjoyable, fun. Alright, cool. This one's probably going to get me, so I'll take a break and have a chat. Alright, so this one is white to move. By the way, I have adjusted my audio. I'll keep an eye on that. That's a good tip. I'll keep an eye on it. And we'll see how we go with it. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. I was still waking up, so that is looking like the move. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get back in the speed of things. I don't think so. I think we'll go for the puzzles from here. But yeah, I am working on improving everything. Yesterday's improvement was the audio, because it was feeling a little bit low. It should be much better now, but I just hope it doesn't have like an awful sound in the background. This one's black to move. Okay, cool. All right, so this one here, I was kind of looking at other ideas to trap the queen, and when I found out there were none, then I looked at this capture here, and if the king goes over here, you've actually got the smothered checkmate pattern. Come back, you go here, the rook goes here, and the queen goes here. So they have to block. This one just looks like we just take the queen, so I think I can comfortably take that. Yes, I do. My OTB has gone up 15 points, according to AI. I haven't done a full recap of the tournament yet. I only did one game. I haven't decided, but because I had the weekend off to do the tournament, I've kind of been playing catch up with getting all the other content ready. I do have the Roy Lopez video coming out on the weekend. I do have shorts coming out nightly on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I've got the streaming schedule, which is in the mornings and in the evenings now. And I've also got the Discord community up, so I've had a lot of stuff to do this week. As for the recap videos, now the sad thing about game one, and it had to be game one, I made a mistake in my notation, so I can't reconstruct the game. It doesn't make sense. The ending makes sense, the beginning makes sense, but there's somewhere in the middle where I wrote down the wrong move, and I can't find the right move. Now, I always check my opponent's score sheet as well to make sure that we're sort of on the same numbers so that we haven't missed a move. But yeah, something's happened with the score sheet. I'm trying to figure it out, and hopefully I can, because I want to review that game. I love it. I love it. All right, so this one is black to move. Cool, this one's a fork where we take, they can't go there, there, or here, or here. They have to go here, and then the knight comes down, forking again, and then taking the rook. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. So yeah, my OTB rating is now going to be 1704, 1705. So I've crossed that 1700 mark. I'm now at my new personal best. There is a tournament coming up very soon, which is going to be a weekly tournament. It's an open tournament at a club, and it's FIDE rated. So I am considering playing in that for sure. This one's a skewer. So we've got bishop here, check. He can't go here, here, or here, or here. So he has to go to one of these two squares. The rook comes across, it's protected by the bishop, and then you win the rook after. Now, the only problem with a weekly tournament rather than a weekender tournament, which is what I played in, the weekender tournament has 3 games per day. So it's very easy. You travel in, you play your 3 games, you go home. The weekly tournament means that you have to travel between 7 and 9 times. It also means that sometimes games can get delayed because the venue might lose the option to have it from time to time. So with that in mind, you're actually committing 2 months to playing. This one's white to move, so that can take a lot of time. Yeah, Australians are just built different when it comes to chess. Whereas I know someone in Europe and they go to a tournament and it's 1 game per day over 7 or 9 days, 90 minute plus 30. But here in Australia, we do 2 90 plus 30 games per day. And there was a tournament where we used to do 3 90 plus 30 games in a day. So the structure of that tournament would be 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, 2 games on Monday. Okay, no, that's not it. I was first looking at knight takes bishop, queen takes knight, and then rook takes, and then knight goes to d6, and then take the rook, but that's not it, that's not it. I'm not quite seeing it yet, but there are ideas here of, what idea did I just see? I saw this idea here, knight here, bishop takes, queen takes, I'm getting in here, but there's no way to get in, so that doesn't work yet, so I'm still looking for it. Yeah, this one is a little bit more challenging than the rest of them, so let's take our time. Let's make sure we get the right answer. My computer just crashed. One moment, we'll get back online. All right, we are back, and a lot of the times when I walk away and then I come back, I see things a little bit differently. Let's see if I can find anything now. Santiago, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiggy. Alright, I genuinely think it's knight takes bishop first, because this knight will be hanging if I move the other one. So knight takes bishop, queen takes is what I'm looking at. We've got so much here. This is a complicated one. So we've got here, 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 takes, and if we had another move, we'd actually have bishop up here as a pawn up here with a discovered attack. I'm not seeing this one. Hold on. There must be something simple about this one. Because I'm very known for making it a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. Like maybe there's a free piece. So we'll break this one down. So another idea that I like a lot is this one here, threatening mate. They have moved forward. But then the problem is you've got two pieces being attacked. So again, I go back to knight takes, bishop, queen takes, and then rook here. Now, if they go here, I go here, and then they push anyway, and I'm still not seeing anything great. It's f pawn to f4. No way. No way. f4. Move back. Oh. Oh. Hold on. f4. Where does the rook go? He goes here. He goes here. I want to explore Jonty's line. Knight to f6, bishop f6, queen f6, rook e1, rook e1, and now the threat is knight here, forking the queen and the square. I think this was a very, you can take the rook with check, by the knight it takes you. This one's a tough one. This one's a tough one. Rook e1, rook e1. Threatening. But if it threatens, so here we go. So here, 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 take, take. We're threatening this. They can just go back. And then we got pawn here. They can't take because we've got a, well, I still think it's knight f6. The rook can't take your pawn. The rook, you can take the rook with check by the knight. The pawn takes your pawn. This one does not belong around the 1500s. Knight f6, bishop f6, queen f6, knight f7. We're missing a move there. We're missing a move. I'm not sure if the TikTok messages are coming through. Let me just test. TikTok messages are coming through. Good, good. It doesn't play it the whole way through. Jolly boy, what's going on? Oh, a little bit of a delay on my computer there. Yeah, that just felt like the logical move. It is annoying that it didn't play out the whole way. This one seems a little bit quicker. This one looks like a checkmate in 3. I'll give you guys a moment to... Yeah, the puzzle was pretty lazy. It's like you make a move, it's like, you got me. It's like, bro, help me out a little bit. So this one here's checkmate in 3. I think this one's just going to do the first move and just tell you. I think you had knight c8 after. Yeah, so many... Alright. So this one here... What am I talking about? It's not made in 3. I'm still waking up. I looked at the board, I glanced at it, I thought that was a queen. Queen, check, take, check, and then there. Now I've got to recalculate it, hold on. Is it still made in 3? Rook there, king there, bishop blocks, bishop takes. Yeah, still made in 3. There we go. Alright, so rook here, king here, bishop check, king can't go back, king can't go here, they block and take. Yusupov does not approve. I love it. I love it. The thing that I found really hard about Yusupov's books was some chapters were very straightforward and they would just talk about the ideas and they would show you the puzzles and they would explain the puzzles, and that's all good. Other chapters were quite vague. And then when you got to the testing part, and this was for book 1 by the way, so you've probably done these. Book 1 was just a bit, some of them were a little bit vague, and it was like, then you get to the puzzle and you're like, I'm not sure if I've put in enough detail here or not. My rating is 1808, FIDE 1704. This is black to move. Checkmate in 3. Checkmate n3. Rucksack is correct. I hope. Got my coffee today, my extra shot. It's like getting my coffee and the guy was looking at me, he's like, you want more shots? You stay. Alright, this one is black to move. Checkmate n3. Yep, checkmate n3. Here. Here. Here is what I got. Pichu, welcome, welcome. While the next one sets up, guys, I do have a new Discord community, which I have just created yesterday, so I will be spamming this a little bit today. You can go to wiki.com, that will have the link to the Discord channel. Feel free to join. Places, stuff we can do in there is analyze games, find people to play with, build a little community, have a little bit of fun. I'm going to post announcements in there as well. Announcements that I'm not always allowed to post on platforms. But I think it will be a very rewarding, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Stonefrog, welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Absolutely, absolutely, DH Germany. How is your Yusupov book going, by the way? Are you on book 1 still, or have you moved on to another book? This one is white to move. I hate endgames. I hate them. Because both ideas seem logical off the bat. Idea 1 is pushing the pawns together and working together. Idea 2 is bringing the king across, pushing the pawn, letting them take. Not like a knight, like that. And then you take, and then you push up. One of them is correct and one is incorrect. So let me work it out. Okay, so the way I've worked them out, they both seem correct to me, which is not correct. So, idea 1, here, 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 take, here, 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 and then push. That looks like it's working. Idea 2, here, 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 oops, and then here. And then take also looks like it's working, but here, here, here. I want to know if they've got something else that they can do. Here, push, and then here. And then if they go here, it takes. And if they go here, the rook goes here, and then here. And yeah, I don't know. Unlimited puzzles for your anniversary. Happy anniversary. I think if the king moves first, he has time to get to the other pawn. Let's see. So king move here, push, take, goes here, pawn pushes up. I don't see how he gets to the pawn because the king is here protecting the pawn here. So yeah, this one's interesting. I don't see how the king catches. I don't see how the king... The king is inside the square, but isn't going to be able to cover g8 in that variation. So I'm not seeing this one. I'm not seeing this one. I am... See, yeah, XCGO, I think it's king first, to be honest. King here. They go here, you push. Let's say they go here. Then you start marching the pawn. King goes here, pawn goes here. But that does look a bit uncomfortable because the king is blocking. Yeah, bishop c5 later, John Tia. I just saw that too, and that's the beautiful part about endgames, which always mess me up a bit. I hate endgames. I hate them so much. Because the king move just looked like it worked. Love to hate them. Love to hate them is correct. Bobby, I agree. Alright. What do we got here? Black to move? Okay, so it is check. And I want to say, just get to the square that doesn't check. Should be good. If I ever play a person in a tournament game or a chess game online and they make that move, report. Just resign. William, good morning. Good morning, William. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me just pop this up real quick for those who are joining a little bit late. New community, link at wiggy.com. I will be putting like a banner on the main screen here so that you can see it rotating through. But yeah, if anyone wants to join that community, appropriately named Team Wiggy, head on over there. Okay, white to move. Okay, so straight away, looking at the very center of the board, there is clearly something going on here that we can take advantage of. Okay, and it's just a matter of which way you send it. If you send it this way, he can go here, you get the check, he goes here, and that's protected by the rook. If you send it this way, he can't go here anymore, so he has to go here or here. Either way, queen comes up, then he's got to go here, and then we got checkmate. So it's amazing how we had a couple of those challenging ones, like the endgame one and the one with the knight to f6, and then we get nice, easy ones like this. Now that I've got my setup up and running a little bit better, I might actually bring in Lee Chess Puzzles instead. Still play on chess.com. Even the authors make mistakes, 100%, 100%. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's the little bit of a scary part too when you're learning stuff. People could make mistakes, so it's very important that we do our own research. I've done puzzles before from books, only to find that the answer is incorrect. And I was so confident that I was right that I did look it up, and it was like, yeah, I am right. And it's like, well, that's good, because we don't just blindly follow the answers all the time. So I see a pin here, but is there better? Because the pin, they take, we take, we got double isolated pawns. We got 2 rooks and 2 minor pieces versus 2 rooks and 2 minor pieces, which tells me there must be something better. And there is. And it's a mate in 2. Mate in 3. Mate in 3. Made in 3. So that was king to h1, rook takes h3, queen go to h2, and rook h3 takes h2. White to move. Okay, mate in 2. That's a very interesting way. You sound like some of my viewers. I prefer to have no mistakes in teaching manuals, but when it comes to chess, it seems to help to have a bit of a hostile attitude towards the author and try to prove him wrong. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that's how it feels sometimes. Oops. Yeah, so this is an interesting pattern here. I think there's a lot of different ways it can go, but I think the idea is generally the same. Use the rook. And let's say he goes here, the rook comes up here, the queen is defending, and it creates that little box that they're in. And if they go the other ways, then I think you can still do like the same sort of stuff. Now that you've got the king against the rook and a queen, they have to be checkmated. It's just a matter of if this puzzle is going to punish me if I do it in the wrong order. So it doesn't let me play it. This is annoying. That's several puzzles have been like that now. They need to continue it on. We might switch to lead chess. And Jim, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiggy. Did that alert come up? I don't know if that alert came up or not. White to move, white to move. Should we incorporate master games into the stream once a week? What do you think? Okay, I don't know if it's better here. Are you claiming I'm stealing your idea here, Stonefrog? Is that what you're saying? I don't remember. You've given a lot of good suggestions. I especially like the one about training certain puzzles. I have done that in the past. I know about that feature on Leeches. It's the only problem with studying master games is I don't want to be stealing anyone else's hard work. So if we're reading like annotations from someone, I don't want to be stealing from them. Otherwise, I would just get out the book over there and we'd go through the book together. But I can't do that because that's somebody else's hard work. The game itself, you can't copyright a chess game, but you can definitely the learning materials from it. That depends on where you are. If you're on TikTok, yeah. We got a little Sahara desert going on over here. My FIDE is 1700. My chess.com is 1800. And here it looks like queen takes queen, king takes queen, and then knight takes e4, pawn takes g5, and then knight takes f7, winning the rook. But am I missing anything here? Am I missing anything here? Am I missing anything here? That's the question. I really feel like I'm missing something here, but we got to go with it. Tall goalkeeper. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiki. And now, yeah, okay. If this wasn't a puzzle and I was in a real game, I would have played that a lot quicker because it just looked right. But I felt like I was missing something simply because it was a puzzle. So I have tried that in the past, Stonefrog. I have tried that in the past. But the problem was, because I'm not at that level of expertise, I didn't really know where to stop, where the turning points were. Tall goalkeeper. This board is around 680 right now. If you use my code, you get 17% off. It also comes in plastic pieces, which is a bit cheaper as well. You can check out that website there. Feel free to take a screenshot if you want. I can see my comment on your phone. There it is. Feel free to take a screenshot of that website if you want to check it out later. I've done reviews and tutorials on this board and all the ones you can see behind me. Okay, so I'm just seeing a fork here. Life is chess, yeah, prove me wrong. That's where you use the engine ahead of time to find the main blunder points. That could definitely be something. I mean, using the engine to have a look at a game rather than never looking at the game is probably more beneficial than never looking at the game. I don't like using the engines, but I see what you mean there. We can definitely give that a go. Leave it with me and I'll set it up over the next couple of days. Should we do a specific opening? Guess some move type exercises. You know what? That would be a great idea too, Germany. I can actually make a poll so that people can guess a move. Maybe we can have a little competition out of it. That would be a bit of fun. So, master game, guess a move, competition, coming soon. If you're on my Discord channel, you'll see announcements of when that event will be happening. little bit of a shady promotion there. An extra 5% discount for the winner. I can make that happen. If I can't make 5% happen, I can definitely make 3% happen. Or 2%. Or I can't do anything, who knows. This white to move? Yeah, white to move. Okay, so there is Queen F7, King d8, queen takes bishop, king c7. But I don't, it could be enough, but I feel like there might be better. Always watching you. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Your name is always watching you, but I happen to see you watching someone else. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. What do we got here? So, yeah, I'm terrible when it comes to that. I'm like marketing genius. We just talk about stuff. I'm like, don't forget to check out my latest video, and next week is coming down here, the Roy Lopez. So make sure you check those out on the channel. I can't help it. I can't help it. I love a cheesy little promotion chucked in there. Now, if I take the bishop, the bishop is gone. They've got 1, 2. I've got 1, 2. I am up a rook against their rook. So that looks like it's good, but I feel like it's not good. Because of, take the bishop and the queen goes here. King goes there, king goes there. I feel like something bad is happening. So, there it is. I can take the bishop. Could I have taken the bishop? I mean, I can take the bishop. I have flipped out the business cards from time to time. DMT, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiki. So if I take the knight, the question is it safe? And it feels safe. If I take the knight, it feels safe. It feels like I can do it. Oh, there's so much going on here. Queen takes, king moves, queen goes there. But then we got queen here. I mean, I feel like I'd go queen f4, protect the knight off of the queen trade. That's exactly what I was looking at when I took the bishop. But I was looking at it without the knight here. So the knight is not here. And I was looking at forcing the queen trade. And then when I made the move, I realized the knight was blocking. So, not quite sure. When did I start playing? I played as a junior, played quite competitively, but not at competition level. And then I sort of stopped, and then I got back into it at the same time as everyone else did around that COVID period. So I've been getting into it a little bit, especially over the last couple of years. I am Eric Bello. Hello, welcome. What's happening here? That should be there. Okay. And this is white to move. So yeah, when did I seriously get into it? 2 times. I got seriously into it back in 2021. That's where I got my rating up to 1941. And then life got in the way. Sad stories. And now I'm getting back into it again. My 1700 rating, I'm currently at 1800, and my FIDE is at 1700. My FIDE is currently at a personal best, and I hope to keep improving that. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, queen to e5, queen blocks, and then queen takes bishop, and you win a piece. Take, check, block, take is what I've got. Anyone else get that? Bishop takes knight, queen e5. Yeah, Peachy's got it. Eric's got bishop takes. You're right. Bishop takes king or k. B takes n. Let's see if that button does anything. all right. White to move. Checkmate in 2. Knight d6 has to respond, and then queen takes f7. Oh, it's not checkmate in 2, sorry, it's checkmate in 3. Probably good that I identify that before making the move, rather than making the move and then realizing. Can we go back and try the move you suggested? Just wanted to see how bad it was. Let's have a look. So which one was that for? That was for this. Was that for? What was the move you suggested? That will give me the hint of which puzzle it was. Queen f4. Yep, so that's the puzzle. Okay. So, Queen f4. Okay, so let's turn on the engine. The engine is on. Queen f4 is only slightly losing. They've got check. And then we have discovered check. And then they've got b7 and then rook e1. So you wouldn't have gone into a losing game from there, which is always good, but you would have given up the advantage. But yeah, sorry about that, Snowfrog. I didn't see your message. Rook takes rook, king takes rook, and then c6. No. So the problem with this is it gets a bit drawish. Take, push. Here, push, take, and Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's drawing it. I'm pretty sure the king can get back in time. Rook a8 is worth exploring though. They go here. Take, and then push. Still draw. Oh. Maybe not drawing, maybe winning because it's pawn. Maybe you can get around and take these first. So rook a8 is looking much better. They got to go here. Take, push. They go here, you go here, they go here, so that's not good. Ah, okay. Rook a8, rook here, pawn here, rook takes, pawn here. Anyone else get that? Rook a8, rook b7, c6. If we go b7 straight away, they've got bishop takes. So we don't want to do that. I'm also leaning to rook a8. And then I'm looking at c6. Rook takes pawn and then push the pawn forward. $2,600 in Lee chess puzzles. You've given me a goal. I don't know how good that is. I don't know how Lee chess puzzles are for their rating system. If it's white to move, then it's checkmate in one. But it's black to move. So let's spin the board. Because I know it's checkmate in one, I'm looking at rook takes f4. Rook takes f4, king takes f4, and then rook to f6, check, king to e3, and then king takes rook is what I'm looking at. And then you're up 2 pawns. You're up 2 pawns on the edge of the board. So I think that should be good. Guys, good morning. If you are new here, feel free to hit follow. I do stream multiple days per week. In fact, I'm going for 5 days, Monday to Friday, Australian Eastern Standard Time of 9 a.m. And I also stream in the evenings, so approximately 11 hours from now. I do blitz games, but those are more of a casual 3-minute game. And this is black to move. Okay, so I'm seeing, I'm overcomplicating this for sure. I'm looking at this move here. Rook goes here, and then rook moves, and then taking the bishop, but then they take here. So that's not quite what I want. That's not quite what I want. The next move I'm looking at is knight here, king moves, we take, king takes, and again we have this move here, but now the king is blocking that one, so I'm definitely overcomplicating this one. Although I do think it is knight e2. Knight e2, take the bishop, and then this bishop is trapped. There we go. So knight e2, king here, take, and then rook here, and the bishop has nowhere safe to go. Knight e7, trade for bishop, and pin white's second bishop, yeah. Knight takes rook. That is a very simple move as well. Knight takes rook. So it's not. We are missing something here. We are missing something. So knight takes rook runs into a problem of bishop here. So we don't want that. I don't think so. I think winning the bishop is fine. But let's explore a little bit deeper. So take there, check there, take rook here, attack the bishop, and then how do you save this bishop whilst also putting pressure on this one here? I'm not sure if it's checkmated, but I just don't like this one. I like this one better. So here, take, take, trap the bishop, they attack our bishop. But then we attack their rook, and then they go here, and then we go here. Who got that? Who got that? Always watching. Knight takes rook. Somebody else said it too. Someone else said it. Somebody else said it. Told you. I'm sure somebody else said it. Alright. Alright, let's get back into it. Rook takes rook, rook takes rook, bishop takes bishop, pawn takes bishop, and then pawn to d2, and they can't stop the promotion. I'm just wondering if that move order is correct. So here's what I said. Yeah, the chess.com algorithm, if you get something wrong, they got to make you feel good. That's what I'm getting there. If I go in the other order, they can go here first. I go here, they go here, and I push, and then they can go here. So, rook takes, I'm in check. I'm in check. Well, now I have to take, because I'm in check. That changes everything. Now I think here I can just push. They block, I take, they take my pawn. Yeah, so push, if they block, I take, they take, and then rook up here, pinning the rook. And if they take here, I can take there. What happens if I play an illegal move on the board? It depends which software I'm using. I think with this one, if I play an illegal move, it might move the rook back or it might leave it there. But normally if I play an illegal move when I'm playing a game, it will actually put the piece back on the square for me. But it depends on the software that I'm using. So today's software that I'm using, for anyone who has a Chessnut board, I'm using Chess Connect. Pretty good software, pretty good. Black to move. I'm looking at rook d6. Rook d6, bishop d3, rook d6. Rook d6? What? What was your second move there, Junker? Bishop d3. Oh, bishop d3, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Takes away that square here, and then you can move the rook back. Who got that one? Junker got that one? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Yeah, it's I do that one all the time, all the time. I don't know, I think those YouTube shorts and TikTok videos, I think I've found my format that I enjoy making. Black to move. So what I want to do is I just want to put pressure on this pinned piece. And if he was to push there, just simply push forward because the rook covers here. It looks pretty ugly, but you want a piece. Yeah, I think that's it. F5 is even better though. F5 is even better. And then we take, and then bishop d7 I think would be the good move. Where to get this board? This is the website that you can go to. I've done videos and tutorials on all of these boards, but if you go to that website, you can click through to their store. I've also got that discount code on there if you want to save 17%. I believe their code gives you 15%, mine gives 17%, if that's the kind of thing you're into. All right, let's have a look. And Castro, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiggy. White to move. Is it worth it to buy? That's really up to you. I have done reviews and tutorials on all of the Chessnut boards. They're all behind me. If you have any questions about any of them, feel free to ask. Is it worth it to buy? Me personally, I would say yes. But because I've got all these boards, you can have a look and see which one is the right board for you. This is the board that has some moving pieces, and I think that's what is appealing to a lot of people. But there are other boards as well. So check them out, see which one you like. Is it worth it to buy? I would say yes. I am enjoying it. White to move, yeah, it's white to move. So I'm looking at knight takes f7. Knight takes f7 is the move that I'm looking at. What do we got here? I've missed a bunch of messages. A lot of people are saying knight f7. Does the queen stack work? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going with knight f7 simply because the queen is under attack. The queen is under attack. Knight f7 opens it up for the bishop to get to e8 as well. Oh, sorry, the rook to get to e8. We'll see. We'll see. I'm honestly not seeing this one. I'm just playing moves that feel a little bit better. Well, why can't that be a bishop? Why can't that be a bishop somewhere? So queen takes, knight takes, rook takes, king here. It just doesn't work. Like there's 1, 2, and 1, 2, and they've got, well, maybe it does. Maybe it does work. Oh, okay. There we go. That was tough. That was tough. And if you play Queen H4, Queen H4. Not sure what you mean by that one. What do we got in the chat? I missed a bunch of those. Let's try to keep it in English if we could, guys. If we could, that would be appreciated. Unless people are having a conversation, oh, that's fine too. All right, white to move. Okay, so this just looks good. My only concern is if he goes there, I go here, and then he's got this square here. Otherwise, we've also got the bishop coming in too. That's looking good. But is there better? No, that's good, that's good. Because we've got the bishop. I was going to say we've got the bishop moving and the rook coming across as well. I think that's right. Rook takes, knight takes, bishop here. Is it a magnetic chess set? No, it's not. It's not a magnetic chess set. The pieces actually have wheels underneath them. So they're all driving around the board. Alright guys, it is an end game, so you know what that means. It's going to take me a few moments to find it. during that time, why don't you go ahead and click follow? All right, let's spin it. No, it's white to move. All right, what's the rook doing here? Where's he meant to go? He's meant to go on h7. And why is everything all wrong from my board here? h8. So it's not reading my board correctly? I'm just going to reset the page. I'm going to reset the page because all the lights were different. I've never had that happen before. Let's see if we can get it going now. Oh, the rook's meant to be on h2. I was trying to put on h7. I was looking at everything backwards. Okay, I think we're connected now. Yep. So let's have a look. So this one's white to move. I can definitely do that end game challenge with a little stone frog. All your ideas. I need to be writing these down. End game challenge with a musical tune playing. What's the other idea you had today? Master game playthrough with I guess a move competition. Let's have a look. Okay, so this one is white to move. RUT. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiggy. So the knight moved first, forces him to go here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Now, I was wishing he would be on this square, because then I would have take, and then a fork. But he's on this square here. So King E2. Didn't even look at it. I was just so focused on stopping the bishop. Just got an email about a commercial consultation. I have no idea about any of that stuff. Should I do it? New live stream content. Yeah, so I just missed a very basic move here. Just simply get down there. For some reason I forgot that the king can move. Terrible. So with the king move in mind... Oh. With the king move in mind... It's basic stuff. What do we got here? Why is my... Let's flip the board around, find where I'm going, and then pop him down here. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. So I think the first move is a check. Have I ever seen the show Cash Cab? No, I haven't. Has my TikTok chat disconnected? Oh, that's still good. Okay. There it is. Oh, something's got stuck in the wheel of that one. He might need to go in for a rest, or maybe he needs a charge. So, if that's the case, it's like one of the wheels is locked up. I think possibly something got in there. Or maybe he's low on battery because I didn't charge him last night, so. All right. White to move. Oh, really? Okay. I am familiar with the concept of cash cab, but I've never actually seen it. Okay, I think this one here is because the bishop is watching this square, we can actually go for the fork here and here. I was looking at over here, but the knight just simply drops back. White to move, white to move. Okay, he's got no good checks. So I'm actually looking at this move here. You can't check there because I can just take. The bishop is pinned. And he can't check here or here because I can take. He can't check, he could check there, but the rook will take. That's what I'm looking at here. I'm going to start playing these quicker. Have both my rooks run out of battery, or? Okay. End game time. End game time. Why do I feel like we just guard this one? They can keep pushing that down. We can actually push up here. They go here, and then we go here. But then they go here. And I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. My idea here was then he goes back and then I come back here. That was my idea. And this is where endgames ruined me. The interesting thing is it's the endgames which I get a lot wrong. So if I can improve my endgames, these puzzles should be getting better. Oh, look at that. Wait. There it is. That's a shame. That is a shame. Alright guys, I'm going to switch boards. We're going to do some rapid games now. Try to get that rating up. So let me just turn this off. Let's get the pro in. Still looking for a table that will just change everything for me. Alright guys, I am going to be back in 2 minutes. I'll just leave this screen up here. I'll be back. All right. We are back. All right. Time for some games. All right, we are back and we are at 1808. So we've comfortably passed that 1800 mark. And yesterday's game was a little bit of a challenge. He was actually winning in the end game, but then he gave it up with a little simple end game tactic. And we continue on the climb. Let's get into a game. As always, I will be commentating throughout. And for those of you watching live, please don't put moves in, but we can definitely discuss after the game. As always, we're doing our 15 plus 10 game. Let me just pair the board and let's start it up. We'll be playing as black. They'll be taking their time for their first move, and they're playing knight f3. So knight f3, I should have gone for a modern. I should have gone here. Keep it a little bit flexible, get that bishop out. What time zone? I'm in Australia. Stream daily, 9 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. I need to get a little bit of control over the center. And what is that? What is that? What is that? So if I go bishop here and he tries to block, I can actually take with the knight. He takes with the knight and then I push here. The knight is pinned. He could go back. I can attack the queen, but my pawn is in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. So I'm not sure about that Yeah, that's I'm not sure about that queen move. But yeah, it's probably around 9, 10 p.m. for you, William, I would assume. $12 I'm still doing good for time. I'm not sure what to do here. One of my ideas is bringing the knight over here, but I don't like it after queen there. Even though I can take the pawn, he has to move. It just feels like I'm putting the knight in an unnecessarily bad spot. Even if I go here, he goes here, I go here, he goes here. I mean, it could be interesting. That's if he goes there. He might also go back. And then the knight is just sort of hanging there. And I've got to do something about it. So let's do it. I'm not sure. That's waking up the body right there. I'm not sure if it's good. But I want to give it a go. Okay, so he goes back here. Now I can actually pin the queen as well. He has to take with the bishop. Which program do I use to connect the board to the PC? I use Chess Connect. What sounded like an African elephant? Ah, I muted the wrong... I muted the wrong sound, I'm sorry. I was blowing my nose. I muted the wrong... I thought I muted my microphone. I muted something else. I'm kind of in a bad spot here. I need to take the center, but I can't push the pawn forward right now. I can push the other pawn, and then he can play e5. That's no good either. Got to do something with my queen. I got to make it better. Actually, I have to move my queen now because he's got the pawn break, and if I take, he takes. My queen is under attack as well. So I might just get the queen to a safe square. And now I do have this push next if he doesn't. The board is not a normal board, no. It's got sensors in the pieces that connect to the board, so it is an electronic board. So yeah, it's sort of like the Chessnut board, but a more professional look. What am I at? 8 minutes. I don't like my position. What's he doing? What's he doing? Takes. Position equal. Oh, it's cold. That move doesn't make sense to me. That move does not make sense. What is that move? So I actually did plan on going here next move anyway, because I wanted to stop the bishop from getting to there. So this kind of helped me. Its knight is now loose as well. We need to keep that in mind. And one other thing that I noticed was the bishop and the knight were protecting this pawn. Now it's only the bishop protecting the pawn. And the bishop is also doing the job of protecting the pawn here. So if I could somehow distract the bishop away and then take, good things might happen, but I don't want to give up that knight because I would much prefer that knight to come in here and help the queen get a checkmate. I mean, that's all pretty hopeful stuff. Right now, my only plan was to get that square covered, bring the rook across, and the reason for covering this square was not only to stop the bishop from coming in, but it was also to stop the bishop from taking this pawn. So if the pawn was here and I went here, he took, I took, then the bishop could have taken the pawn for free. So this move here allowed me to get a lot of things resolved. I'll need to have a look. I need to start looking at Master Games, Jonty, because yeah, I really haven't. The purpose behind this move is I want to get this file. You can bring the other rook here, go back here if he takes. That's the purpose of that move there. But it also has another move behind it, which is attacking this pawn over here. Now my knight did have a job of guarding the square, but because he's blocked it, I might be able to move the knight over here and then get the outpost here at some stage as well. If I can get the outpost here, he trades the bishop, I trade the pawn, and then I bring the other pawn up, get a pawn chain going. With a passed pawn, that could be good as well. I do need to be mindful of pawn push here as well. I'm assuming he's going to take back with the rook. So part of the reason why I did that trade is I am worried about this. So I get the rook off the file. Do I find it hard to play this game regarding the time limit? Not really, not really. If I find myself in low time pressure, I can always switch to the computer to continue playing. I got something a little bit tricky here. I don't think it will work, but I've got it, just in case. Wait, which piece do I want to take with? I may not want to take with the queen. I might want to take with the knight. Let's take with the queen. Okay. I divide the pawns. Bishop takes, I assume. I should have pushed there. I should have pushed. But I was looking at this move and it looked too good. It looked too good. I just want my okay, so he goes back. And I want my outpost. I really want it. I want it so bad. What are you doing down there, my guy? I really hope he doesn't go queen to d3. That's what I hope he doesn't do. Queen d3 would be a disaster. Okay. Okay. Interesting. He wants to go there. wait. Check, he goes there, I go there. No, that doesn't work. Not yet. Not yet. Soon. Soon. Ideas of check, hitting the king, and then bringing the queen up is what I've got going here, but unfortunately that is defended. Okay, okay. So I take. He takes. Uh, 4 minutes. I give a check. He goes there. I go up there. It's got to be good. It's got to be good. I think it can be stopped, but it also feels too good not to play. Now I do need to be mindful that he does want to probably get his bishop in here, so if he can get the queen down here and down here, he's got some checkmate ideas going on there. So he goes here. Now he has to go here. Or there. He has to take with the pawn. He can't take with the bishop. Oh, he can take with the bishop. Oh, my bad. My bad. I didn't realize that. Okay, he takes with the pawn anyway. Now he has to block, and then I go here. And I think he has to block again. I have lost this pawn, I think. That's a move. That is a move. Three minutes. Is that a mistake? No, that's not a mistake. That's a good move. I could have traded queens. I could have gone here. Take. I mean, that's still an option. Okay, so he goes here. Now the question is, do I have here? I've played this bad at the end. I've played this bad. Yeah, he's playing very well, very well. It's been a good game, what can I say? And I guess that's all you want. I'd much rather have a good game than some game where they play like some really bizarre opening and just to really throw you off. I've definitely made some mistakes along the way though. I think that knight disconnected will automatically resign in 43 seconds. Would queen f4 be better? No. No. The bishops are eyeing off both of the pawns on the A and C file, so I do think I'm winning here, surprisingly, because the only move that I can see for him is queen here. Take, pawn takes, king take, and then push. And then, how does he save this pawn? I'm up a pawn. Game abandoned. Get out of my game. So there we go. Another win. Another win. And I think I'm winning in this position. So that takes our win streak back to 5 for the 15 plus 10 games. And I feel like we're actually on like a 80+% win streak, win rate since starting this whole challenge. So pretty happy with that game. Let's quickly review. Oh, no camera. No camera. Hold on. All right, and we're back. So we will get to the queen e4, f4, pardon me. Actually, I'll show you that right now. So would queen f4 be better? They take, I take, and then they've got the option of taking either of these pawns. Probably this one. And then how do I stop these? That's the problem there. Even if I go here, I think this is good. But yeah, I'll be very disappointed in that guy if he was losing at the end and he just rage quit, because you're robbing me of a beautiful victory. All right, so let's have a look. This move to me felt strange. This move probably looks strange, and this move is probably a mistake. I took here and I felt like I needed to take. Now if he goes here, that's losing because he has to move his rook and then he loses 2 pawns for nothing. So he had to take with the bishop. And I had to move my knight back. And now I move my knight to a better position, and I want to break open the center. That's what I was going for here. But because he put his rook on the center, I couldn't. And now I think he actually had this move here at some stage. And then what do I do with this knight? We will see in the engine analysis after. This move here, I don't know what he was getting at there. I guess he didn't want me to go knight here. I didn't want to go there either, so that's fine. This move here, he wants to get in here, but I actually had this move here that I was planning to do anyway, because I wanted to stop his bishop from getting here, and I also wanted to protect the pawn so that I could exchange rooks. Just bringing the queen back, attacking this pawn, but also adding another defender, so that I can bring the other rook across. So everything is looking okay for me. I think it's fairly equal still, even though he's got the bishop pair. And here, maybe I should have just pushed. Maybe I should have pushed up. I did that a little bit too quick, so that could be my mistake. Maybe pushing up was the way to go. I still have knight here and knight here as ideas. But taking and then getting a tempo on the bishop also looked very appealing because I wanted to go here. So I wouldn't say it was a bad move, I'd say it was a okay move. And I joked around in the game that queen here would be a disaster for him. Check, take, check. So rerouting my knight to this square here. take. And now he's got the bishop pair. So he got the bishop pair, and my pawns are kind of scattered. I'd say if I didn't have this move here, he would be winning. Now I'm threatening checkmate. And I also had this move coming back here to protect this pawn. But he always has the queen move there. So he goes here. And I took straight away, completely forgetting that he could actually take with the bishop here because the queen would now be defending that square. But even if he takes with the bishop, I think I can take. He takes, and then I can drop back here, and then he goes here, and I would lose that pawn. So yeah, I think he's winning here. He just has to defend correctly. And now I'm threatening this move. And at minimum, I could probably get the pieces traded off. Maybe a repetition. And he goes here, and I go here, threatening stuff. He comes back to defend. Now I completely missed this attack for a good time, but I finally saw it, moved, and here. Could I have gone here straight away? Knight here. Attacking the bishop. He would have to go here. And then I could take, and then knight takes. And yeah, then he resigned from here. Let's have a look and see if he's a bad sport who just wants to resign when he's losing, or if the game was still moderately equal and he just disconnected. Sorry, not resign, abandon. The tilt. Still equal. Actually slightly winning for him. Actually, yeah. Mistake. So yeah, he just unfortunately disconnected. I'm getting a lot of these. Not gonna lie. I don't want those. I'd rather lose. Stay around the correct rating for my skill level. But let's see if I had knight here now. Now I've got knight here. So a little bit of time pressure, but oh, sorry, I've accidentally turned off chat. Let's bring it back. There we go. He cannot play queen d4 at the end. Not sure which move you mean, Jonty. But as you can see from the analysis, very solid game. Very, very solid game. I'm happy with how I played it. Some interesting moves, but some good moves as well. All right, it is 11:40 here. I do normally end at around 12. So guys, if you haven't already done so, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit follow. I will be back same time tomorrow, 9 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I'll also be doing blitz games in the evening. Now, don't forget, there is a new Discord channel. Feel free to join there. I will be putting announcements in there, as well as updates, videos, and special rewards, which I'm not allowed to promote on places like TikTok and YouTube. So that's a little hint for you there of what's coming soon. So make sure you do head over to wiggy.com. That's got the Michelle Jackson. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Wiggy. Make sure you do follow. Make sure you do join the community. I will be putting some stuff in there from time to time, including ideas for upcoming streams, announcements for upcoming streams, competitions, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you join there. You don't have to participate actively, but you can always join just to hear any announcements that I shoot through there. All right, guys, that's it from me today. I will see you all next time.